Hi, Dave Jones here again. We're going to look at the chord sequence just as a little bit of a strum-along acoustic version of fabulous Lynyrd Skynyrd song Freebird. It's a very long song, goes on for an awful about 10 minutes I think, but the chord sequence is the same all the way through apart from a little section that's clipped a bit, but I'll go into that later. So what I'll do is I'll just take you through the chords you're going to need. You're going to need a G chord, you're going to need a D over F sharp, it's called a slash chord, I'll go into that in a minute. You're going to need an E minor chord, an F, if you're a relative novice player you can play the small F, C and a D. And that's all the chords in it. So I'll take you through the chord sequence. I'll explain the D over F sharp to anyone, and if you don't know it and want to play the song and can't quite get to it because you haven't been playing that long, you can play a D chord instead. If you're playing along the record it won't make any difference, but I'll go through it all with you. Okay, so just to explain that, it's called a slash chord in this. It's D over F sharp, and what it is it's a D chord. When you see a slash chord, the first chord is always the name of the chord, and the slash, it's written like a fraction. The next note is the bass note. So normally when you play a D chord, you've got an F sharp there in the on the high E string. In this song, because we're going from G via a D chord to an E minor chord, it sounds nice to go G, D over F sharp. That means putting the F sharp instead of in the high E string, put it on the low E string, so it's the bass note of the chord, but it's still a D chord, but with an F sharp in the bass instead of a D, and then E minor. And then what happens is you get this falling bass line. Etc. But if you can't play that particular chord at the moment, you can play a D chord instead if you're going to play along with the song. So what I'll do is I'll just play through all the chords, and as usual everything's up on the site, but I'll take you through it and I'll shout them out as we go. Okay, now the strumming pattern for this is very loosely strummed record. It goes, the strumming pattern I'm going to use, once you get used to it, you don't need to keep a certain pattern like I've said in loads of videos before, but down, miss, down, down, for each bar, so it's down, miss, down, 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 miss, down. Okay, so I'll shout out the chords as we go, get that strumming pattern first, down, miss, down, down, and I'll call out the chords as we go. So here we go, 2, 3, 4, G, D over F sharp, E minor for 2 bars, F, C, D for 2 bars, and again G, D over F sharp, E minor for 2 bars, F, C, D for 2 bars, and that's the sequence throughout the song. And that carries on throughout the whole song. The only exception is the bit where it goes into a section where it says, "And this world you cannot change," and it repeats that a few times. And what that does is it clips the first 4 bars off the song and repeats the sequence, keeps repeating the sequence F, C, 2 bars of D, and then F, C, D, 2 bars. Repeats around that section, then goes back into your normal chord sequence, your original chord sequence again. And the fast bit at the end, when it speeds up, that's the F, C, D, D without the other bit in. So as it speeds up, etc., you keep playing the F, C, D. But if you're trying to play along with the song, you shouldn't get lost in it. But like I say, it's a very, very long song. It's quite a cool song. It's a nice song to be played as well as on electric. It's a nice song to be played on an acoustic guitar. So I hope you find that useful, and I'll see you again sometime.